All right. All right, guys. So, like I told you, I put together a chart on a real world scenario. So let's go through this real quickly. Let's say our purchase price is 300,000. Two types of loans you're going to look at: FHA, conventional, the normal loans that you normally run across. FHA requires you to put 3.5% down of the purchase price. So if you put 3.5% down of that purchase price, it'll be 10,500. If you meet the income threshold for the conventional loan, you only have to put 3% down, which is 9,000. If you don't, you have to put a minimum of 5% down, which is 15,000. That'd be 5% of that number is that number. So that's your down payment. You guys know I do a lot of down payment assistance programs. So most of the time I can get that totally covered or a big portion of it. So for this example, let's assume any one of these loans you do, that portion is done. Next thing you're gonna have is the other big thing is the closing costs. Closing costs are estimated about 3 to 5% of the purchase price. Closing costs are all the things like your doc stamps, your taxes, your insurance, your fee, all the people you got to pay to get things done. So like I said, it's not an exact number, it's an estimate. So for my example, I'm going to just say at 4%, $12,000. So 4% of that number is 12,000. So when I talked about it's a buyer's market, what you're doing is that realtor's going to say, hey, seller, listen, I know you want 300,000, but listen, my client wants some closing costs. So if you want us to buy this property, you got to give us about $12,000. Or 10,000, whatever that number is. So let's assume he gives you that $12,000. Now, this is already covered your down payment portion. Now, from the seller concessions you got, because it's a buyer's market, you got that all covered, or a big portion of it covered. So if you did not have this part, and I did not get you the down payment program, for that purchase price, you'd have to come to the table with for FHA. If that number plus that number would be 22.5. Same concept here, conventional 3% down, 21,000, 27,000. So again, listen, it's very important to understand we are in a buyer's market, so you have that negotiation power. So this is a really good time to buy to help you with those kind of costs. All right, see you later.